Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Macy. If you're new, I'm so happy you're here. And today we have a very exciting announcement. And by we, I mean me, because it's just me. But I am hopping on here to tell you guys that I have released my second ebook. It is called Building a Micro Bakery, and it is an extensive, detailed, step-by-step guide on how to start a micro bakery from the very beginning and into long-term success. I have worked so hard on this, you guys, and really, it's not only a culmination of all the hours I've put into this book itself, but also a culmination of everything that I have learned as I've built my own micro bakery. So it is incredibly exciting to have it all in one resource to share with you. It feels very surreal. On top of that, I designed this book completely from scratch on my own. For those of you that don't know, I worked in graphic design before I started my micro bakery, so this type of thing is totally up my alley. It's very fun for me, and I like being able to design a book that looks exactly how I want it to. I am proud of what I created. It is incredibly thorough. It has been peer reviewed by other micro bakers. It's gone through extensive copy editing with my copy editor, and it's finally done. It's here and it is available for purchase. So I wanted to share that with you guys here on YouTube. I post a lot about it on Instagram. So if you're seeing this twice, that's okay. But I know that maybe some of you don't follow me on Instagram. But if you're not, I would really suggest it. I do most of my real-time updating and things like that over on Instagram. Now, the second thing I'm excited to announce is that I am launching a Patreon. Now, if you don't know what Patreon is, it is a community-based platform where content creators like myself can create a space to build community with my audience, you guys. And I think one of the most difficult things for me as my platforms have grown, which is amazing, right? That's exactly what my goal is. I want to see my platforms grow as I put hard work into it. But at the same time, it has made it increasingly difficult to stay connected with you guys, to get to all of your comments, to get to all of your questions, especially over on Instagram when it comes to things like DMs and things like that. I really wanted a way to invest in my community and to get to know some of you guys a little bit better. So I think that Patreon is going to be the perfect solution for that, especially with the launch of my new ebook. Typically what happens when you offer information to the public, as I am in my ebook, it always results in more questions. And the reality is that I am just not able to get to all of them. I am a busy bakery owner myself. I'm a mother, I'm a homemaker, I'm a wife, I'm a friend, I'm a sister, I'm so many things. And to be honest, answering DMs slowly falls down that little train of categories. And I wanted a way to sift through those questions a little bit better. And I think that Patreon will help me to hone in on my immediate community that I'm able to build over there. Now, that's not to say that I'm going to ignore other people, but it is going to help me just have a little bit more guidance in getting back to people and becoming friends with people and creating a fun little bread community. Now, the other reason that I wanted to start a Patreon is because one of my most commonly asked request is for my recipes. And I share a lot of my recipes for free over on Instagram. I have some muffin recipes and some pie crust recipes, and there's plenty of free recipes over there. That's not going to change either. I love sharing that kind of thing with you guys. However, there are definitely some recipes that I feel more protective over, either because it is an item that is actively on my menu, and I feel a little bit weird about just releasing my recipes as I'm creating them, especially since there are other micro bakers in my area. I know all of them and they're all lovely, but still it just feels like a little bit weird to me. And then on top of it, I work really hard on creating my recipes. It's something that I pour a lot of time and effort into. And so I think it is very fair, and I think this for any creator, to want to receive back the work that you put into something. And so although I will share plenty of recipes for free, some of them I would appreciate, having some sort of paid platform for. Now, the reality is that I can't just keep making ebooks all the time. And so often what happens is I have this store of recipes that are just sitting in my notes app that people are asking for that I don't feel comfortable giving out for free, but I also don't want to just wait and put it in an ebook. So Patreon is going to be perfect because I'm going to share my recipes as I create them with my patrons so that I have people to share them with. And then eventually, once I have enough recipes and I have the time to do so, I'll compile them and put them into another ebook for the public to purchase as well. So if you're in my Patreon, you're going to be getting exclusive recipes, which is so exciting. Some other fun things about the Patreon is that we're going to have monthly deep dive discussions in the community tab on topics regarding micro bakery life, motherhood, things like that. For our top tier patrons, we're also going to have a Discord chat. So we're going to have a Bread Friends group chat. It's going to be so fun. I am genuinely so excited for it. And then for all patrons, there is going to be a bi-monthly Zoom call with me. So we're going to all hop on Zoom and chat our little hearts away, answer questions, and just get to know one another a little bit better. Now, some questions regarding both the ebook and Patreon. The ebook is going to be $50. If you buy both of my ebooks together, it is going to have a slightly discounted rate. Normally it would be $70, but you can get both of them together for $65. My recipe ebook on its own is $20. And I will make sure to link all of those down below so that you can just check it out for yourself. Now for Patreon, there are two options for joining. There is tier 1, which is the Bread Friends category, and it is $3 per month. And that will give you access to the monthly deep dive community posts, along with the bi-monthly Zoom call meetings that we're going to do. Now, the next tier up, the second tier, is the Bread Besties category, and it is $8 per month. And that's going to include things like all of the recipes, the Discord chat. We're going to do a bi-monthly book club, things like that. So if you're wanting a little bit more of the community aspect and the recipes, that second tier is where you're going to be. So I am thrilled to be announcing this to you guys. It feels very exciting and daunting. As I'm filming this, it's a few days before the launch, and I'm nervous. I really am. I work so hard on the creation of what I put out for people, and so it's a very vulnerable thing to offer it up for other people to read and to benefit from. And especially with the Patreon, you know, there's an element of it that feels uncomfortable to me, right? But the reality is that I put a lot of work and time into what I do, and I love being here. But it definitely needs to be something that benefits my family and caring for my children. And so I think that this Patreon solution is going to be good for me and hopefully beneficial for you guys as well. And so I just want to thank you for being here. Thank you for following along. Thank you for creating an audience for me to make these resources for. I love it. It is such a big passion of mine, and I'm excited to see where the rest of next year takes us. It's kind of fun to go out of 2024 with a bang, and I know that there are even bigger and better things around the horizon. So thank you for being here. Again, if you are not subscribed, please subscribe down below. Give this video a thumbs up. Make sure you follow on Instagram if you want more like real-time life updates and things like that. Everything will be linked below, my Patreon and my ebooks that are available on my website. And I will see you guys in the next one.